Hi, boys and girls. We're on 9.8, Religion, the Bruton Parish Church. It's on page 126. In some colonies, people had religious freedom, but in other colonies, they had to attend the churches that were supported by the government. In Virginia, as in England, religion and government were not separate from each other. England's king was the head of the Church of England, also known as the Anglican Church. In a similar way, the royal governor was the head of Virginia's official Anglican church. Only Anglicans could vote or hold government positions, and the law required all white colonists attend church. Virginians also had to pay to support the official church. At first, the Anglican church leaders tried to prevent people from practicing other religions. Over time, some colonists demanded the right to worship in other churches. The Anglican Church began to allow colonists to join other Protestant groups. Throughout the 1700s, Virginia gradually allowed more freedom of religion. The Bruton Parish Church was the Anglican church building in Williamsburg. It was located near the center of the town. As in most colonial towns, the local church was the center of religious activity in Williamsburg. Many famous Virginians, such as Thomas Jefferson and George Washington, attended services at Bruton Parish Church. I'm at the top of page 127 now. On Sundays, people often arrived early at church to meet and talk. Many of them only came to town once every few weeks. Outside the church, people discussed the latest news. They also read and posted announcements. At times, these gatherings were as lively as town fairs. Once inside the church, people sat in different places depending on their position in the community. The important people sat close to the pulpit, the platform or raised desk where the minister stood during services. Those with less influence in the colony sat farther away. In Bruton Parish Church, the governor's family sat directly across from the pulpit. In the early years of the church, men sat on one side and women on the other. Later, families sat together. Important men of the area sat in the front rows. Their house slaves might sit with them. Students from the College of William and Mary sat in the balcony far from the pulpit. Most Africans stood in the back or looked in through the windows. When the services ended, the colony's most important people left the church first. Before the women and the less powerful and wealthy men could go outside, they had to wait for the rich men who had influence, such as plantation owners, to leave.